Hello everybody, this is Manuel Frias from Helcom, and I'm going to explain a challenge that we have seen with WMS. We here, me, Florian and Say have been working with this data, and we have found that there is a small problem that we would like to discuss with you. So what do we actually want? So imagine that we are dreaming a little bit for a short while about our future system. So in our future system, imagine that this is a test, and in the future we will have a layer called cables and pipelines, another called wind farms, heap intensity maps, etc., etc., etc. So if we click on, for example, cables and pipelines, then in an ideal world we would get a layer with all the countries. So this is a way of showing it. So for example, if we click on Finland, then we will get all cables and pipelines from Finland. But there is a problem. As it is now, we cannot do this. As it is now, we have to go to cables and pipelines, and then the way WMS is organized is that we have a WMS link to each country, and if I want to go to get the cables and pipelines for Finland, I would need to go to Finland, and then I would need to scroll through a lot of layers in this WMS, and then because this is a longer list than this one, and then you would need to know that cables and pipelines in Finnish is this layer. So if you are from Finland or you are smart enough to know that this is in Finnish, then you are lucky, but otherwise you will know that this is cables and pipelines. So this is not the good way. So why does this problem occur? This problem happens because we have a layer called this one. This is the layer, sorry, we have a link, WMS link, for, in this case, for traffic, Finnish traffic agency with WMS services. And the thing that is that this layer contains a lot of layers. So we would need to know exactly where it is and then click on it. This is not good. And this is not only a problem of the traffic of the Finnish traffic agency. It happens many times. For example, I can show you another example of Poland. We have this WMS URL from Poland, and it happens the same. If we want to get a certain layer, we would need to search for this layer. Okay, so what would be a solution for this? What we need is to get the name of this layer. As it is now, we only have the WMS URL, but what we actually need is the name. So, for example, if we go to this again to this Finnish traffic agency to get all the WMS, then we need a tag called name, which is actually this one. So we would like to propose you something. What we need is the name tag. So we would propose you to give us this name tag. So go through the data list that we have in our workspace and paste there the exact name of the layer. For example, if we go to our BalticLInes workspace, you go to our datasets and formats file, you right click, edit, and then you will have the file open. And here we have added a new column in each. You remember these are the, I go from the beginning. This is the summary of all the datasets with all the countries and all the formats available. And this is additional information. So this is the tab for each country. So if you go to, for example, Finland, we have added a new a new column in each country called WMS or WFS name tag. So if you know the exact name of your layer, you would paste it here in this column. Okay. Yes, and by the way, I would like to let you know another problem that we have seen with WMS. I'm gonna make an example. I'm gonna give you an example here. Here, imagine that I go to, for example, Estonia. I connect to Estonia, and I want to see this. Looks like electric cables, right? So I go here, and I say, "Oh, there is nothing. What's the problem here?" Here I go. I zoom in. There is nothing. There is nothing. And the thing is that the layer, the WMS service works. The layer is in perfect shape. There is no problem. But there is the problem with the scale. This layer is set to be viewed from 10,000, and now we have here the minimum is like, do you see it? We see it 30. It's 32,000. You see? So it's impossible to watch it because we should zoom it even more that the system as it is now would allow us. The good thing maybe would be to show it from each scale, so we would see what where the data is. So this is something that we can also discuss. Is it possible to define this scale from the service? And finally, we have a problem with the legend. So now we have explained the problem with locating the name of the layer. We have a problem also with the scale, and now finally I'm going to explain the problem with the legend. What is this problem with the legend? We go to this test service, and then we go as an example to this Finnish traffic agency again, and then we connect, and then we go to these cables and pipelines, and then we see it here. And now you see here. So if you're a planner, you say, "Oh, these are a lot of lines, but I would like to know exactly what they mean." So you open the legend. You open the legend here, but look at this. Look at this. It's in Finnish, and each color means one category. So what we need to do is to have at least this in English, so that planners know that this blue is a data cable, that this dashed line is apparently some electricity or something like that, you know. So we would probably also need this in English, so that planners need what each category means. Okay, so that's all. So thank you very much, and see you next Wednesday. We will have a great session. Goodbye.